Hello everyone and welcome to another awesome learning experience with Saoirse, who is awesome. Today we're going to be talking about solving one-step equations. That's lesson 2.2, page 83. Hopefully I'll be able to help you do what you need to do in math, so let's get started. Okay, so page 83, and it has this little section, and it says, in an equation, the variable represents the number that satisfies the equation. To solve an equation means to find the value of the variable that makes the equation true. So if we look at that key concept, it's the addition property of equality. It says, if an equation is true and the same number is added to each side of the equation, the resulting equivalent equation is also true. So if AB, which is right there, is equal, if A is equal to B, then A plus C equals B plus C. So an example of that would be like, if you had 14 as your A and 14 as your B. You did 14 plus 3 equals 14 plus 3. That would be 17 equals 17 because A and B were equal. Okay, so let's go ahead and work on this first example, and it's C minus 22 equals 54, okay? So I'm sure you guys have done equations before, and they're really simple. So all you have to do is you want to get the variable, which is C, by itself. So in order to do that, you have to get all the numbers, which right now is negative 22, away from C. So whenever you see the sign, so in this case right now it's a subtraction sign, you know you're going to do the opposite. So what's the opposite of subtraction? Yeah, it's addition. So instead of subtracting 22, we're going to add 22. So then this is gone now, okay? And whatever you do to this first side, you have to do to the other side. So we're going to add 22 on this side as well. You want to bring down your variable, okay? So we have C, bring down our equal sign, and then we do 54 plus 22, which is now 6, 5 plus 2 is 7. C equals 76. And a really good way to make sure that you're right is to plug your answer right back into your equation. So if you did rewrite it, and you have 76 minus 22 equals 54. So you go ahead and see. So 6 minus 2 is 4. 7 minus 2 is 5. So we know that this answer is correct. So we already checked it, so we know it's correct. Okay, so let's go ahead and try another one. So 113 equals G minus 25. So we're going to go ahead and look at our sign, and we see that it's a negative sign, so we're going to have to do the opposite of it. So we're going to multiply. We're going to add 25 on this side. And whatever you do on this side, you have to do on the other side. So we're going to add 25 over here. Bring down our variable, G, and our equal sign. Then we do 113 plus 25, which is 8, 3, 1. Okay, so now we have to go back and make sure it's correct. So if we do 138 minus 25, we'll get 113, so the answer is correct. Okay, looking over at this side, J minus 87 equals negative 3. I want you to go ahead and look at this one and try it on your own. Pause the video, do it, and then when you have your answer, unpause your video and we'll check. Okay, so now that you have your answer, let's go ahead and see what you got. Okay, so we look at our sign, we see it's a negative sign again, so that means you have to do the opposite, which would be adding 87. Okay, add 87 on this side, bring down our variable and our equal sign, and then 87 minus 3 is 84. So now if we do 84 minus 87, we know it equals negative 3. And so this is checked, so it's correct. Awesome, guys. Alright, so the next page, 84, has the subtraction property of equality. And so if an equation is true and the same number is subtracted from each side of the equation, the resulting equivalent equation is also true. So if A equals B, and then A minus C equals B minus C, then because these were the same, the answers will be the same. So if A and B are both 87. You subtract 17, you'll get the same answer because A equals B. Okay, so we have now 63 plus M equals 79. And we know we are going to be using the subtraction property because of the addition sign right here. So whenever you see the addition sign, remember you got to do the opposite, so that would be subtracting. So we're going to go ahead and get our variable, which is M, by itself by subtracting 63, and whatever you do on this side, you have to do on the other side. So then we bring down our variable M and our equal sign, and we do our math. 79 minus 63 is 16. So if we plug it back in, 63 plus 16 is 79, so it checks. Yay! Okay, let's go ahead and do another one together. So we want to get K by itself, so we know that we have to subtract because this sign right here is an addition sign. So we're going to subtract 27 from this side, 27 for this side, bring down our K and our equal sign, and we will get 3. Then when we plug it back in, 27 plus 3 equals 30. We know that's right, so it checks out. So go ahead and look at this one. Negative 12 equals P plus 16. Pause the video, get your answer, and when you're ready to check, unpause. Okay, so now that you have your answer, let's go ahead and check. So we know that we're going to have to subtract because we do the opposite. So subtract 16, P, bringing them down. Negative 16, negative 12, so since they're both negatives, you can just add them. So then that becomes 6, 7, 8, negative 28, okay? When you plug it back in, negative 28 plus 16 is equal to negative 12, so it checks out. So it's all good. Okay, so I just put a picture in this one because I was like kind of lazy and I was like, I really don't want to type all that. So, for the multiplication property of equality, if an equation is true and each side is multiplied by the same non-zero number, the resulting equation is equivalent. So that basically means if C does not equal 0 and A equals B, then AC, so that's multiplication, equals B times C. And the example they have is like if X equals 5, then 3X equals 15. So like if X was the 5 times 3, 15. Okay, and for division, if an equation is true and each side is divided by the same non-zero number, the resulting equation is equivalent. So if A equals B, then A divided by C equals B divided by C. So let's go ahead and look at this first one too. By the way, that is not a 9, that's a Q. I know it's kind of confusing. Let me kind of put a little tail there. Looks more like a Q now. Okay, so now you have 2 over 3 times Q equals 1/2. So you know you're going to be multiplying because this is a division at the moment. So you're going to take your little quote, I don't know what those, parentheses? Yeah, parentheses. And you're going to do the opposite. So that would mean it'd be 3 over 2. So kind of like multiply it backwards. So then you'd have to multiply 3 over 2 on this side as well. Bring down your Q equals, and then it would now be 3 over 4. Okay, I know it's kind of confusing a little bit, but we're going to be working on it a little bit more later. So let's go look at this one over here. 39 equals negative 3 times R. So that means we're going to be doing division because this right here is multiplication. So we're going to divide by negative 3 to get the R by itself. That means we have to divide by negative 3 on this side. Bring down our R, and it now equals negative 13. And you can go back and check it. Negative 13 times negative 3. We know that negative times a negative is a positive, so it's going to be positive. 3 times 3 is 9, and 3 times 1 is 3, so 39. Okay, so 3 over 5 times K, I'm sorry, it's not times. 3 over 5 K equals 6. So we know that we're going to be what? That's right. We're going to be multiplying because the math equation is in division form right now. So we're going to take our parentheses and multiply by 5 over 3, multiply by 5 over 3 over here. And so now we bring down our k equals, then you would just do 6 times 5, which is 30, and then 3 times 1 is 3, and then now k would equal 10. Then you go back and plug it in. 3 over 5 times 10 over 1 equals 30 over 5, which is reduced to 6. So it checks out A. So go ahead and look at this one and try it on your own. And when you're ready to check, unpause the video. Okay, now that you have your answer, negative 1/4 equals 2/3 B. So we know we're going to be multiplying because this is in division form. Let's take our parentheses and we switch them. So now this, and then do it on this side as well. Bring down our B and our equal sign, and we get negative 3 over 8. So let me put it down here so it's a little bit easier to see. So when it got over there, it became like this. So then it comes into a negative 3 over 8. Okay? When you plug it back in, it would all work out. So this is check. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope I was able to help you do what you need to do in math. This has been another awesome learning experience with Saoirse, who's awesome, telling you that you're awesome, and hope you have a great day.